Righto guys, hello and welcome to our video on differential leveling procedure. Differential leveling is where we take a point with a known height and we use that to calculate the unknown height of another point. Okay, before you watch this video, you should have already seen my video on differential leveling theory and also my leveling obs video as well. Okay, that's enough for introductions. Let's get straight into it. Josh, can you jump on the benchmark for me, please? Righto, so I'm going to take my initial reading straight to the benchmark. Should always start with the benchmark, if at all possible. Right, always remember to turn your hat backwards. Not only do you look cooler, you'll also not bump the instrument. Okay, so the other thing I should mention, but I haven't shown you, is I've actually focused and leveled this instrument previously. So get straight into the first shot. So for my reading procedure, what I do is I look, I write down the number, then I look what I've written down, and then make sure what I've written down matches what's on the staff. And you should do that for every single observation you make. Okay, Josh, thanks mate. The other reason we start on a benchmark is so that it instantly ties us into the underlying datum, whether it be Motoriki, mean sea level, or whatever your local datum happens to be. Righto, now I'm going to take my first foresight. And then what you'll notice is Josh is using a change plate here. The change plate does wonders for eliminating errors by giving you a solid point to rotate around when you flick around like he's just done. Also stops sticks and stones from getting underneath the staff and introducing error that way as well. Right, I'll just quickly level this up. Right, now I'm going to take my first back sight to Josh. Now, it's really important Josh doesn't move in between while I'm moving. Otherwise you'll muck up the relationship between the benchmark, that point, and the next couple of points along. So I take my reading. And right, now Josh, can you give me an intermediate shot on a point just here? Now an intermediate shot is not actually part of the overall network. It kind of hangs off the side. And it's not a good idea if you have an important point to leave it as an intermediate shot. If it's important and you're worried about it, what you want to do is make it a change point. Okay, then it's actually inside the system and it's part of your adjustment at the same time. Okay, thanks Josh. Move on to the next point there. Right, what you'll notice there when we took the intermediate point is that I did not leapfrog Josh. Okay, that's important to remember when you're on the staff. If you're asked for an intermediate shot, the surveyor won't be leapfrogging you. Okay, you'll move on as well. Right, now Josh is on our important point here on the peg, and as I look through here, I can see I'm looking over the staff. So Josh, could you extend that up for me, please? Now there's a few traps when you're extending the staff. Be sure to always look up before you extend it. Okay, you don't want it touching power lines or getting stuck in a tree or anything like that. Righto, now I'm going to take my foresight to Josh. Now, because this is a change point, I'll leapfrog him again. So up I go. Oops. Now I'm looking back at Josh, so this is my back sight. Just take the shot. Okay, thanks Josh. Can you move on to the benchmark for me, please? Now as Josh leapfrogs me, what you guys may not have noticed is that every time Josh moves towards me or leapfrogs me, he counts the number of steps that it takes to get to the instrument. And then he uses the same number of steps as he goes away. What this does is keep your back sight and foresight distances equal, which can eliminate a lot of errors like curvature and refraction, and also any internal error inside the machine itself. Now I've just got to take my final foresight back onto the benchmark. Right, that's it for the field procedure pretty much. Now all I need to do is reduce my observations. Right, and you can see me do that in the video back at the home screen.